What's going on, everybody? It's Brett Pro Angel bringing you today another deck profile. So I recently just went undefeated at locals with Prank Kids, and it was my first time actually playing the deck in a local environment. So I just know I've been playing Drytron and Tri Brigade and all the other decks, so I figured I would just try out Prank Kids one time for the one time. I've played against the deck so many times that I know all the interactions, and I just figured why not just try it one time, and sure enough, I won. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the deck profile. I did, however, before I get flamed in the comments, I referenced Pak's build. I did make some slight changes. Pak is just legendary, so I have to give shout outs to him. He was a good reference point for me to start with, but without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive into it. So to start, we got 3 fansies. That's pretty self-explanatory. You gotta have as many Prank Kids monsters as you can. And then moving on, we got 3 dropsies. That's pretty standard as well. And then, of course, we got 3 Lampsies. You know, you just want to be able to see your Prank Kids as much as possible. And then I do only run 2 Roxys. I know Pak said that he would probably run a 3rd Roxys if he found it, but quite honestly, I actually liked not having the 3rd Roxys. The 3rd Roxys just, I don't know, honestly, everything else in the deck is so solid that I wouldn't want to take anything else out for it. So yeah, that's basically that's it for the Prank Kids. I did go ahead and try out the 3 ParallelExceed. So my theory behind this, at first I thought it was bad. I'm just like, oh, ParallelExceed just plays in a nib more than Prank Kids already does. Like, what's the point of playing this? Well, the theory behind ParallelExceed is you mainboard it, do it game 1, and then just side it out game 2 and 3, and don't play in a nib game 2 and 3. Because I don't want to say nobody. Most people are not main decking nib game 1. And if they do, then yeah, that's just tough. You know, maybe better luck game 2 or 3. But most people are not mainboarding nib right now. So it's pretty safe to make the ParallelExceed play game 1 into Dweller. So and it actually performed quite nice, not gonna lie. Then that's it for the main monsters. We do have hand traps, 3 Ash. These hand trap ratios I did reference off Pak. You know, so it's pretty standard. If you know Pak's build, then this is all gonna be the same. 3 Ash, 3 Bell, and then of course 3 Veiler. So 9 hand traps. You know, it's pretty balanced. 9's pretty standard in these formats nowadays. You want to at least see 1 or 2 hand traps in your opening hand, or else you could just run the risk of just losing the game just due to an unbreakable board, or just, you know, just some ridiculous advantage. So with that being said, that's it for the hand traps. Moving on to the spells, I run 3 place. Place is pretty self-explanatory. You kind of gotta have it. It basically just acts as another pseudo Prank Kid monster because it searches you 1. So it just gives you a higher odd of at least having 1 starter card. This card is a pretty penny right now, but you know, Prank Kids is not a bad deck at all. And then we have 3 Pandemonium. You gotta have it. Not gonna lie, I was questioning running this at 3, but after locals, I actually loved it at 3, because half the time, if I already had this in my hand, then I can just search Prank Kid pranks off of Doodle, and that just enabled all my recursion. So opening Pandemonium is just so nice. Like, it's beautiful, because then you could just search your pranks and just keep going. Oh yeah, and then to continue with the nonsense, we do run 3 Polymerization. These basically just acts as extenders. Like, these are extenders, like, let's say, you know, they try to ash you, and that's okay. And if you have like another Prank Kid in hand with Poly, then that's okay, because you could just use your Link 1 and the Prank Kid in hand to just keep going. So Polymerization is very important to have. I thought about cutting it down to 2. This is another difference between me and Pak's list. I'm pretty sure he ran 2 Poly. which I understand why he would run 2. I thought about cutting it down myself, but I kind of liked having that extender. I also run 1 Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion is so nice, seeing this into your rocket ride, but just opening this and no other Prank Kids monsters, it's such a brick, but you gotta have it. You gotta have it. And then, of course, we do run 1 for 1. And then called by for the other one-ofs. These are the last of the one-ofs. Called by, self-explanatory. You know, sometimes you can lose the Ash, so you just want to called by them. And then Instant Fusion, you know, just to go into Rocket Ride is pretty good, especially if they Nibiru you and you're chilling with Instant Fusion in hand. It's very, very hard for them to stop you beyond that point. 1 for 1 is just self-explanatory. I'm not a fan of this card, but it is a really good starter as well. Also, to top it off with the main deck, we have 3 talents. This I did actually get from Pak. I really like the 3 talents. It's really, really good because half the time they're going to hand trap you. And they have to hand trap you or else you're just going to have so much advantage. And once they do hand trap you, whether it be an Ash, Veiler, Bell, you can either punish them, draw 2, or if it's mid-game state, take their monster, OTK potentially. It's just, Talents is such a good card. Alright, so that's the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. The extra deck is pretty self-explanatory. It's all pretty much standard. But I'll show it off anyway. 3 Mew Mew or Meow Meow, whatever you want to call it. You gotta have 3 of the Link 1, even though it's recyclable. You do run 3 Doodle. 3 Doodle's pretty standard because you go through 2 sometimes in your main combo. You gotta have 1 just in case. We do run 1 Bow Wow Bark. You don't really need more than 1 because with pranks, you're just going to recycle this anyway. Half the time, I would say about 50% of the time, you don't even make this card, but it is quite necessary. And then for the rest of the links, we do run Access, Phoenix, and Nightmare Unicorn. Phoenix is just important because if they hit you with Contact C, you have at least 1 out to Contact C. Nightmare Unicorn and Access Code Talker are just for OTKing because if they don't break your Battle Butler board, you can just OTK them next turn. And it's just a very easy way to do so. And then for our 3 Prank Kid fusions, we do have Weather Washer, Battle Butler, and Rocket Ride. Yeah, these cards are just really good. They're all one-ofs because they're recyclable. You don't really need more than 1. Rocket Ride's really good for Instant Fusion and your polymerization. Weather Washer really does actually come up. Battle Butler is just, you know, it's really hard to out for most decks. And then to top it off with the last 2 in the extra deck, 1 Totally Awesome and 1 Dweller. So sometimes you can end on double dropsies and make Toad. A lot of times that I found that when you do that play, you can't get to your Battle Butler. But if you have a Dweller, Totally Awesome, plus like hand traps, usually that's pretty good, especially if you have pranks already in play. Dweller, for self-explanatory reasons, we run the ParallelExceed. So yeah, that's it for that. I'll just go ahead and just do a quick run through the side deck. I do run 1 Pankratops. Pankratops, got that tip from Pak. He's pretty good. Must I keep reminding you, Pak is legendary. He's going to be a legend at this game. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Nibiru, we do run 3 Nib. 3 Nib is really important. It's not really main deckable right now unless we see, like, a splurge in, like, Prank Kid or, like, combo decks. It doesn't really hurt Tri-Brigade as bad, so, you know, you don't really need it in the main board. Contact C, however, though, is really a good card. Yeah, it's so nice. It really shuts down a lot of decks. I think this card is one of the best hand traps in the game right now. A lot of decks just can't play through it. And then we got 3 Twin Twister. Twin Twister is just kind of wild. For the mirror match, you know, even us, we like sometimes can lose the Twin Twisters. It's a reality that happens if we don't open well enough and see enough hand traps. Twin Twisters is just all around a good card. What else can you say? Lightning Storm, Duster, and yeah, these are just blowout cards. Like, I dustered like a Tri-Brigade player, and it was just very, very unfortunate. Like, he just couldn't do much. You know, double strike Revolt, it's like, that's pretty good, but not when you have Duster. It's like, it's all right. And then to top it off, the MVP of the side deck, we do have 3 evenly matched. Evenly actually won me in the finals. So in the finals, basically I was up against Tri-Brigade. Game 3, his inboard was like the god board. He ended with Ruggles, Ancient Warrior Oath, Revolt, Strike. He even drew Imperial Order. And I just went draw, standby, main, battle phase. And he's like, oh no, you're joking. And I'm just like, into battle evenly? And he's like, wow, that's just insane. Yeah, like I drew the one card. Like it's unfortunate, you know, because he drew so well. He played everything correctly, and just like this one card is just insane. But yeah, so that does it for the deck profile. I really hope you all appreciated it and, you know, enjoyed what this deck does and has to offer. Prank Kids is really actually a good deck. You know, I hated this deck for the longest time, but really I just hated playing against it because Prank Kids was so annoying for me to play against. But actually playing with it is a different story because now I get to be annoying to other people. So yeah, that's it for the video. I really hope you appreciated the profile. Shout out to Pak because he is a legend. For the reference for the deck profile, I did make some slight changes in the main and side deck. Extra deck's the same. But yeah, make sure you go ahead and drop a like, comment, subscribe. We are doing a giveaway. When I get 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a Tri-Brigade core to one random person. All you have to do is comment on any of my videos your favorite card. That's all you got to do. And then, you know, when it's time for the giveaway, I'm just going to go through videos, go through all my comments, and do a raffle. One random person that commented their favorite card is going to be automatically entered, and they run the risk of winning a Tri-Brigade core. So yeah, that does it for the video. This is Brett Pro Angel reporting out.